Hey there, this is Max from Mom's Basement TV. I appreciate you being here. Welcome to the basement. Today we're going to be playing Goldeneye 007 on the Nintendo 64. I'm pretty excited about this one. This is one of the first games that involved like shooting guns that I feel like my parents didn't question buying me. Maybe I was old enough or something that they didn't think it was necessary to worry about it, but this is a game that I spent a lot of time playing. Never got particularly good at it, and in playing this with my friends would usually lose in this process. So we're going to get started here in just a moment. I was able to get the chat room up on a large screen, so I'll be able to see anything that you guys have to say. So keep an eye open, or let me know how the audio is, if you think I should turn it up or down. But let's get this started. Actually, before I do, let me switch over to this other view here. So I'm going to be playing, as I've said before, on all of my streams and playthroughs at Mom's Basement TV. Regardless of the show that we're doing, we are playing on original hardware with the original cartridges as often as possible. They're even going to be the things that I had as a child, or have bought myself since then. So what's really great, this green Nintendo 64 controller that I have here, let me get it up here. You can see this black dot. I put that on there because whenever I would go to my friends' houses, I wanted to make sure that I left home with my controller. So I bought the green one because most of my friends didn't have it, and I put this dot on here so that I could always find it again. But I've also got a rumble pack in here. I'm actually not sure if this rumble pack works. I just put new batteries in it today, and we're gonna have to find out. I really hope that it does, because I like the fact that the rumble pack is something that works out with this game. So I'm gonna get this started. Thanks for being here again. Hopefully you guys have a good time while I play this game. I am starting a brand new game from here, so this is hopefully going to be an easier thing. I'm going to be on on agent difficulty as well, because again, I'm not super good at this game, and I haven't played it in probably 10, maybe more years. So let's see how we do. Primary objective number 1, bungee jump from the platform. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. MI6 has confirmed the existence of a secret chemical warfare facility at the Bailmori Dam, USSR. Its heavily guarded location workings are a cause for major concern. Nerve gas produced there has been turning up in the hands of hostile regimes around the world, and deals with international terrorists have been rumored. This facility should be destroyed with extreme prejudice. It's well defended. Easiest way to gain entrance is down the face of the dam. So I'm going to bungee jump, apparently. Gosh, there's a lot of words here, huh? Let's see if I can find it. Shipment. Wait, what was that? At the bottom of the jump, use the Piton gun. Hardly a lover's leap, James. Be careful. Alright. So, I actually don't even remember the controls for this game, so we're going to have to see how that goes. But like I said, this is a game that I owned, I think, probably since, if not day one, very early in its release period. And this is actually one of the games that I was able to manage to keep and hold on to the box, and I think even the manual, so that I could, let's see, does that guy see me already? The other interesting thing about this is that the controls are so different from, they're like early version of controls for this kind of game, because with the N64 controller there's only one stick, right? So the C buttons are what really come into play. So moving the joystick left and right turns me. Using the C buttons strafes. So it's almost backwards from how modern games are, and then up and down, or forward and back, depending on what I'm pressing. So let's see. I don't remember anything about what I'm doing here, but let's get going. So with 007, along with this game, was this really great movie. Hopefully you're also familiar with the movie. Who is shooting at me? Fucked up somehow. Let's head up. Oh, there he is. Was he the one that was shooting at me? Probably. Oh yeah, I get a sniper rifle up here. That's right. And ammo. No? Oh yeah, there we go. It is stairs. That's what I thought. Oh, but it doesn't lead anywhere. It's just back out here. So I guess I could actually go back up and use the sniper rifle to see if I can shoot anybody. Again, if you're here, thanks for watching. This is a show that I've got running usually on weekends. This is called Weekend Rental. And the reason that it's called Weekend Rental is because I'm going to basically let you guys, for the most part, decide what I'm playing. And I'm going to just give you a kind of list of a handful of games. So this was the winner of the most recent vote. The second place was, interestingly enough, Cool Spot for the SNES. I was very surprised to have that be such a popular choice. Whoa. Really? Where'd these guys come from? Holy crap. Oh, he's not dead. So Cool Spot was second place. Third, what was third place? Let's take a look while I have a second here. Place to hide, I mean. So 007, Goldeneye. Second was tied between Cool Spot and for SNES and Bounty Hunter for the GameCube. So with those being so popular in that vote, I probably will be playing those sometime soon as well, but most likely with somebody instead of being a solo weekend rental. Weekend rentals may still be with people, but not always. That's kind of the functionality of this. Is it gives me the opportunity to play a game that you guys choose, whether or not I have someone over. Whereas a lot of the time, if I've got someone here, I want to play a game that means something to them for some reason, you know? Okay, let's really get in here and sniper rifle the shit out of this guy. Watch this. Oh, almost got him in the gut. There we go. And then this guy. I can hardly even tell that that's a guy. Is it a guy? Did I get him? Nope. I feel like I'm not even shooting at a person. Let's try to get up a little closer here. See if that makes a difference. Oh, that's right. They're in this bunker. That's why it was so hard to get them. Okay. Let's get... There we go. Is that a guy? I don't think so. So in games like this, I tend to err on the side of caution, certainly, as you can maybe tell. Oh. Does that mean there's a guy up here? That's mainly because I'm just not terribly good at games like this. Oh, hello. Is there a second guy up here? Nope. But there is some body armor. Cool. So yeah, that's this is man, this is a great game. Let me just jump into the chat and make sure that I'm not missing anything here. Good. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So let's figure out how to bungee jump down this thing. Oh shit! What was that? Okay. Oh, I see. The stairwell is so narrow that I just went onto the path next to it over and over accidentally. Is this... What is that about? Can I shoot that or something? Maybe I can proximity mine them later. I remember proximity mines are a thing in this game. Oh, here's the bunker. This is where those guys were. Okay. That's right. I have to press this to let the truck through? Wow, this is bringing back very minor memories. How do I press this? B? B. There we go. Seems like this truck would see me and probably not do what it's doing here. But whatever. So sometime in the next couple weeks, I plan on having a friend of mine on to get our drinking game series started. I think pretty soon I'm going to be ready to talk about who that's with and all that. If you ever followed my personal account on YouTube at all, you may remember seeing a little show that we called Drunky Kong Country, and that is the name of my show. We're going to be playing a lot of platforming games along with oh shit. I feel like I know I'm playing on easy, but like this. Okay, there we go. I was just gonna say nobody's even hit me yet. Whoa, from behind? Where's that guy? Fuck you. How are these? He just jumped over? That's funny. There we go. Let's get their ammo. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna start a series soon called Drunky Kong Country. That game, that is going to be with platforming primarily, but any game that's maybe a little bit more difficult, with a sole purpose in that scenario of playing games that will have a reason to grab a drink. Basically, any death in a game like Donkey Kong Country is going to be cause for taking a drink, so that'll be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I have to shoot this. I feel like when I was right when I first got this game, I got stuck at that part right there because I just didn't realize that there was a lock on the gate. Every other door had been unlocked, so I just couldn't figure out what to do. I know I need to bungee jump, but this seems... Whoa, he just jumped off of that? Okay. Is that an alarm? I assume I don't want to press that. I just need to figure out where I bungee jump from. So, there's a guy. Man, this is good stuff. What a great game. I appreciate the pretty significant... Oh, over here? I appreciate the pretty significant auto-aim that's going on here. It's not super ridiculous in that, like, I don't have to aim exactly, but I do get the opportunity to just point and shoot. Whereas a lot of newer games like this... Whoa! A lot of newer games like this, you would need to, I didn't mean to switch. You would need to aim a lot more precisely than I do here. And certainly that's because of the way the game controls. It would be freaking impossible if you had to just be super exact over here. But, okay. This is... How do I jump? Is there... This does the same. Well, you could play left or right-handed, I just realized. Let's take a second to head to the pause menu I just want to look and see if there's anything that tells me about my controls, and to see if there's any way that I can jump, because these boxes look like something I can't get past. Auto aim is on, so you could turn auto aim off if you wanted to get nuts, but I just don't think I'm good enough to be able to do that. We have a sight on screen. So it looks like there isn't any way to jump or anything. That's fine. But how do I get past these boxes then? Can I? Oh, I guess I was able to squeeze through there. Cool. What is this? An elevator? Oh. I feel like I'm maybe getting away from the bungee jump thing that I have to do. But, you know, I guess that's fine. Because there's, if I remember, like, on harder difficulties, I have to do, like, other things with it, right? But in this difficulty, all I have to do is do the bungee jump. Like, maybe I'm supposed to blow these up or something. I don't know. But, man, where was I? I don't even remember what I was talking about. That's okay. So, the N64 was a system that I think was maybe my first system that wasn't at all shared with my brothers. That doesn't mean that they weren't allowed to play it or anything like that, but they both were away at college by the time this system came out. So this one was truly mine. And in fact, after the N64 came out, I remember my oldest brother coming home and just desperately wanting to play Pilot Wing 64. And both of my brothers bought me, here's the bungee jump spot, right? Am I just supposed to jump off? I feel like I just killed myself, but that had to have been it. Oh, yeah, cool. And so my oldest brother came home and we played a lot of Pilot Wing 64, mostly him because it's a one-player game, and we played a lot of Bust a Move. I'd actually really love to get him to be on the channel and play both of those games. There we go, completed. Statistics. I wonder, primary objectives. Oh, this is the next one. Wait a minute. Ah, okay, so already on to the next one. So in order to do a harder difficulty, I would need to play this one at a harder difficulty. I just want to see. There it is, yeah. So I would have to neutralize all alarms before proceeding on that difficulty. Oops. What's the hardest one? Alarms, there's a modem, there's a data backup, and then jump. So that's pretty cool. It's interesting that it's not, maybe the guys in the AI is more difficult as well, but it's not a huge difference in the level. It's just the objectives that you have in that case, whether or not you're able to proceed. So that's pretty cool. We're still in the facility, but now we are now we're in the facility. We've bungee jumped off, and we're going to gain entry to a lab, rendezvous with 006, destroy all tanks in the bottling room, and minimize scientist casualties. So I'm not sure what minimize scientist casualties means. Obviously try to keep as many of them alive as possible, but I wonder if there's a specific number that I have to hit. It might say in here. All right. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, the N64 being kind of the first system that was mine and mine alone, made it feel really good. And so, like I was saying, my oldest brother came and played those other two games, and then both of my brothers together, if I remember correctly, for my birthday, purchased me Clay Fighter 63 1/3. And while that game isn't like my favorite game of all time, I really oh, I have mines now. I really appreciated that they bought it for me, one. And 2, it holds kind of a special place for me in my gaming history, only because it was actually one of the first fighting games that I owned that was mine and not theirs. So like Street Fighter 2 was a game that they played a lot, or especially the middle brother. But there's another guy right here. I saw him. Do you think he was hiding from me or taking a shit? And then just heard the ruckus. Oh shit! These poor guys. This is probably the best way to do it though, right? Because I'm just getting all this ammo. Oh shit. Is there any left? How did those close on their own? That's weird. Oh, I guess they eventually close if I'm not looking at them. Creepy. Yeah, see that? Weird. Can I blow up the sinks? I feel like I can. Let's see. Okay, well, I guess that's just a waste of ammo. Cool. What are my objectives again? I already forgot my objectives. Sorry, everybody. Let's take a look, though. Aren't they in here? Here we go. Entry to lab, rendezvous with 006, destroy the tanks, minimize casualties. Easy. Nothing complicated. The N64 was also likely the first system that I bought games for with my own money. You know, by the time that was coming out, I probably had started, even though I was only in either late elementary school or early junior high, I know that there were a handful of music gigs that I had done at that point. So I feel like that could be that I could have had a little bit of spending money for video games at that point. Plus, you know, just the allowance of doing okay in school, whatever allowances my parents gave me, just to be able to eat. A lot of the time I would not spend all my money that I was given on food and just spending some of that on video games. I think I already told the story on a previous one about my GameCube purchase. Was very similar to that. I would just save my money. I paid a friend of mine who happened to accidentally end up with 2. I feel like there's a way to have a map on the screen, isn't there? Am I crazy? Screen. There's no map? I could have sworn there was a map. Oh well. Maybe I'm thinking of multiplayer only. But anyway, so my... is this the laboratory already? No way. Seems pretty weird. Okay. A remotely locked security door. Cool. Good to... Oh shit. Whoa, what just happened? What's happening? Why did that happen? Did someone throw a grenade or some shit? Weird. Okay. That's where I came down originally. I don't think I've gone this way yet. God, the music in this game is really good too. This game, so I was, when I put this, the poll up to see, or like the vote to see who wanted to play, or I mean what you guys wanted me to play, there was some conversation from a friend of mine about like saving this game for something kind of special, I guess. And I thought that was interesting because while this game has a ton of history, it inspired a lot of people in the video game industry on, like, there we go. It inspired a lot of people in the video game industry and, like, how to design a shooting game, without a doubt. Like, this is a classic game. It has so much, or it has had so much influence on the genre as a whole. But at the same time, the controls are just awful in comparison to what we know and are used to. So, in addition to the controls not being great, like, we also have a scenario where the graphics just have not aged well at all. You know, like, we have these weird blockheads with... How are these guys shooting me through this brick wall? Oh, that's... Oh, there's a guy back there. That makes more sense. Come on. But yeah, like, these character models and the controls are just not very good. I mean, the game is great. It's something that I feel like has definitely, you know, like I said earlier, a moment ago, inspired a lot of game designers with how to design a first-person shooter and level design in those types of games and all that good stuff. But at the same time, gosh, it looks bad, right? Like, I don't know. It definitely deserves some of the veneration that it gets, but you know, compare this to what's a one-player game? So like Wolfenstein 2, right? Like that game, along with, where are you? That game is really something else compared to this. Like, these fuckers. So I learned from, what is that movie? Gosh, I'm forgetting. I think is it Zombieland? About the double tap. You got to make sure you double tap. So I've got 2 security doors active now, which means that there's probably going to be a ton of guys flowing toward me, right? Got him. Let's see. Here's one of them. Objective A completed. I'm in the laboratory. Good. I must have so much ammo for this that yeah, that must be maxed out, huh? Bye. Man, it's been a long time since I've watched a Pierce Brosnan James Bond movie, but it really seems like if this is how he goes about the business of being James Bond, he's not doing his job very well. He's just killing so many people. It's not very spy-like of him. It's so much more aggressive. It's more military than spy, which, I mean, certainly can sort of be the same thing sometimes, but yeah, he's really killing a lot of people, or I am, I guess, in this instance. Hey, buddy. I'm going to try to make sure that scientist doesn't die. I have to figure out where someone's shooting at me from. Okay. Yep, good. So there's scientists in all of those rooms, and I need to make sure that scientists are safe at some point. Let's see, what were my objectives? So I need to rendezvous and destroy all the tanks in the bottling room. I wonder what the best order of operations is for this. Because this can't be the bottling room, there's no bottles. And I don't know where I'm supposed to rendezvous either. Is this the bottling room? It must be. What was that sound? Did you hear that? Where the hell is 006? So, I'm wondering what everyone's favorite 007 who everyone's favorite 007 actor is. I'm not even sure what mine is, to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of them. Sean Connery is the most kind of iconically interesting to me, but also, gosh, that characterization comes with a lot of social problems, at least in my opinion at this point, because of the horrifying. Oh shit! I accidentally killed. Oh no. Well, fuck me. I guess I can switch to his gun now. Let's blow this up. Now that I've messed it all up. Fuck, man. That really stinks. Well, let's blow them all up. Oh, this is gas. I didn't even blow all of them up. I can't even lose well. Let's just fucking spray the room. Deal with this. You're all dead now. But so am I. So I'm gonna have to restart this level. That's okay. We're gonna be fine. Is the gas what's killing me, or is it these guys? Yeah, there it is. Oh man, good start. So the first level went well, certainly. Hey, Pebcax here. Nice to see you. Thanks for pointing out earlier on Instagram the hilarity of how poorly that vote went that I put up on Instagram. And welcome to the show. So that didn't go well. The first one, flawless, right? I bungee jumped off of that dam like the best of them. But here, I was not able to rendezvous with 006, not because I couldn't find him. Now I know where he is. But unfortunately, I didn't realize that it was him, and I murdered him in cold blood. And as I shot him, he said, "Why?" Really tragic. But we'll try this again in just a moment. Let me just see. Uh-oh. Something's up with Twitch. I hope I'm successfully streaming like I think I am. Pretty sure. But I also don't know how to use Twitch yet. We're working on learning how to do all the things, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's good, right? There we go. Sorry about this. Okay. Yeah, it was sad, Beth. We're gonna try again though. I'm gonna make sure that this time I do not betray 006. Although, if I remember correctly, doesn't he betray me later? Maybe with my early knowledge of what he was gonna do, I did the right thing in the end. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like if I go this way, can't I do like a proximity mine and then take a shortcut? Let me see. What if I do that? Okay, we did that. Whoa. Oh, hurt myself. Hurting. How did that hurt me? And how did that not blow up this grate? That's fine. So, where was I? So 007 was a game that I played a lot of, but again, I for sure beat the game. There's no doubt about that. But I probably never finished the game on its harder difficulties, and I'm happy to have not done so. I just don't. I feel like this game is not one of the games that I am especially going to be especially good at, and so playing on an easier difficulty is fine with me. I hope it's fine with you too. Oh shit. But So as I was posting that I was going to be playing this game, there were a lot of you who watch this channel who asked to come over and play with me. And I definitely plan on doing that. This is going to be a great party game opportunity. Get a handful of people together, maybe more than 4 even. Where did he come from? Maybe more than 4 and do like a weird tournament style thing. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it, but I am, you know, it's going to be fun watching other people be just outrageously better than me at this game. I never got a clearance card last time I played through this. That's weird. Maybe I did and I just missed it. I mean, that's pretty likely, right? Cold-blooded. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so let's see, where was I? I was talking about the next show. So the next show that I have planned, although I may do one in between these 2 shows, or in between this show and the show that I'm going to talk about. The next one is going to be with my friend Brian, and he requested that we play Contra. And if we have time, although I don't think we will, we'll also pop in some Super Mario Kart for SNES and see how that goes. Both games that I'm not particularly good at. I have beaten Contra, but only with the Contra code. So we're going to try it without the code and see how that goes. And then if we need to, and we are not able to beat the game, we may need to go Contra code after all. But some body armor. So that's going to be pretty fun. Get to play with somebody who requested a specific game. I'm excited to do that for Brian and for all of you, because man, Contra is a really good game and it deserves to be showcased without a doubt. In addition to that, coming up sometime either near end of February or in March, we will begin the non-weekend, or the newest show that I'm going to be putting on, which is going to be called Drunky Kong Country. That is Drunky Kong Country, not Donkey Kong Country. And that is because we are going to be... Hey, my roommates are home. In that... Hello. We're going to be playing some various platforming games, and in those platforming games we're going to incorporate some sort of drinking game. We haven't quite figured out all the details yet. How did I get to the laboratory last time? I'm back where I started. God damn it. Sorry, I'm not making this terribly exciting because oh yeah, so I unlocked the doors. How do I get there though? This is it. There we go. So it's going to start with hopefully the obvious being Donkey Kong Country, but that's not the only game we'll be playing in that series. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to be to watch that, and especially in one instance, at least with one specific person who doesn't even drink. So I'm going to be doing all the drinking, but we'll still trade off and see how deeply. Oh, a scientist has made it out alive. That's cool. I didn't realize that was a thing that was good. Oh, come on. Sorry. Give me a second. I'm going to stop talking so I can focus on not having that door close on me this time. Okay. Let's get through. There we are. That's what I'm talking about. Watch this. And dead. Okay, so Drunky Kong Country. I'm pretty excited about that show. I think that's something that is just not something that we see often enough in taking advantage of the hilarities of... Oh boy. Oh. How did that happen? Oh my gosh. What's happening right now? Are you just throwing grenades at me or something? It's crazy. There's a guy right there. Where'd he go? Oh, it was a scientist. We want him to get out. That's good. What's up here? Oh, is this the bottling room? Hey, bud. It's cool. You're good. How do I later? Beth, how much of this game did you play? What? I'm not. Thank you. I feel like this is not something that happened last time. Yeah, so Beth, did you play 007 very much? How old were you when it came out? If you are interested in informing. Hello, go run, go. You're good. You can get out. All right. Those don't do anything. So this is not the bottling room. Let's see what we've got. All right. And also, just anyone who's watching, if you could tell me how the audio is, and hopefully the video is good. I think I've figured out that part of things. There's all this. Am I supposed to destroy these? You didn't play this game at all. What a bummer. Yeah, actually, so that's something that I mentioned earlier, in that my parents, while often worried about gun violence earlier, for some reason, when this game came out, at least my dad was all about it. He loved James Bond movies. He was happy to, let me get a chance to play this. My mom still probably said something here or there about it, and cringed whenever we would play this game. But it was definitely one of the first games that I got a chance to play that I didn't have to convince them was okay for me to play. Yeah, that's right. Whoa! How did you get there? What a piece of shit. I like the death animations of all these guys too. It's pretty good. So you didn't own this game, Beth, but did you? What? Did you play the game at a friend's house or anything like that? Because I know, even outside of my own copy of this game, I played it a lot at friends' houses in 3 or 4 player matches. Which is pretty rad. And hope to do again in the near future. So we'll play this game again, but instead of me playing through the single player mode, we will play through some of the, here we are. We'll play through some of the multiplayer levels, which is going to be a lot of fun, especially considering how awful I am at it. Oh, come on. There we are. So I feel like I've let out a lot of scientists. That's a good thing. If you don't, oh, he's still alive. So here are my objectives. Let's see what I should be doing next. I should be meeting with 006. So let's do that. This time I will not shoot him, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe it's still going to be awful. Yeah, it's interesting to me that a game like this could be so iconic on a Nintendo platform. You were 12 when it came out. Does that mean this came out earlier than I thought? I mean, we're the same age if I remember correctly. Picked up a hand grenade. Here's some scientists. Should I save them or just leave them where they're at? That's a bummer. So no one had it and no one wanted to play it. So even if you had it, you wouldn't have been able to play with anyone. So, with the Nintendo 64, what games did you play then? Are there any, like, really... Oh, shit. Are there any kind of huge standout games in your personal history that you recall? 97. That feels right. You might be right that this came out in 1997. If that's the case, man, I was 11 or 12, probably 11 in that case. But I was also young for my grade. Okay, last time we did this, we fucked it up and accidentally killed 006, so this time we're not going to kill 006. We're going to actually rendezvous with the dude. Glad you could make it. God, look at his weird head. Oh, it's awful. For England. I mean, is he telling me what to do? Oh, shit. Whoa, is he shooting me? No. How do you crouch? Can I crouch? Who is he shooting? Oh, shit. I can't shoot. There we go. He does look like a traitor, right? And I feel like 006 is a traitor in the movie, and probably will be later on in the game, but I just, obviously I'm not there yet. Holy crap, there's a lot of these guys. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Am I doing this right even? It seems like there was a different way that I was supposed to do this. Is he getting killed too? Or is he shooting at me? Was he a traitor already? Oh, he's killed. They killed him. Just like they're about to do to me. So clearly, I missed something in this level, right? Because I'm about to die. There it is. Wow. Oh, let me get this. R and C. I don't want to watch myself die again. We already did that once. I was killed in action. Oh, if I had just destroyed the tanks, I would have been done? I feel like I would have had to get out, too, though. Well, let's try again. I'm going to try that really quick, see if crouching makes a difference. Not in, like, obviously right then I wouldn't have made a difference, but... So if I do this and press C... Ah, okay. So then I can I just move around while I'm crouched? I wonder. I mean, I have to be crouched inside here, but let's see. Ah, yeah, okay. That's interesting. I think I remember someone on Instagram mentioning that if you're not crouching, you're not doing it right. That must mean it's harder to hit each other. Because I know Odd Job was harder to hit in... This is hilarious. Can I change the view, I wonder? Probably not. I feel like only first person in this game, right? No, I prefer the PP7. It's such an iconic gun for 007. There we go. All these guys. Wait, I thought there was another one. Maybe he was in the other stall. There he is. Look at him. He has to crouch to get me. What a little dummy. Is he coming out? There he is. Oh, look. I didn't mean to, but I did shoot him in the dick, and that's funny. just gonna have to be okay with that. So Super Mario 64 was a big game for you, and I think it was probably for the majority of us. Gosh, I bet that game was. I can't speak for it because I don't know, but I bet that was one of the best-selling games. Maybe behind, I would guess, this 007 and Mario Kart. That would be my guess. Though I could certainly be wrong. But Super Mario 64 is such a good game, even still. Suffers kind of a similar issue that this does, in that the graphics are just clearly they don't hold up great. And the controls are not what a modern 3D platformer can do, you know? Did he die? There we go. So, man, I feel like I'm making this level much harder than it actually is. But I also feel like I should be killing as many of these guys as I can. But maybe not. There we go. Okay. You know what I realized is this rumble pack doesn't work at all. What are you looking for?
I said it was still looking.
There were no packages today.
You looked at the wrong door.
Okay. Yeah, Mario Kart 64 is a special thing. Wave Rider. Do you mean Wave Race, or is there a game called Wave Rider? This door is locked. So I must have picked up that key card the last time. Is this the guy that had it? Yep, there it is. Let's go get it. So we do that. Kill this guy and this guy. Wave Race 64. I have that game. It might be something that we could play at some point. There we go. Yeah, Wave Race was a good game. It was a lot of fun. Another like good multiplayer. Star Fox is one of my favorite games. Star Fox 64 specifically. That's actually something that I'm excited about for this channel, is playing through both Star Fox 2, now that it's on the SNES Classic, and then Star Fox 64, which are all games that I have played. But there's also so many Star Fox games that I haven't played that are are not critically acclaimed comparatively. But things like Star Fox Assault, Star Fox Adventure for the GameCube, both of those are. We had for the, gosh, what was it? I feel like there might have been a Game Boy Advance Star Fox game. Is that crazy? Oh, hi scientist. See you later. Wait, is this the way I came in or the way I... and then Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard Control, something like that, which came as a combo pack for the Wii U. That's interesting to me, and Wii U games are something that I'm not sure how to do really, especially Wii U games like that use the Wii U gamepad really heavily. I might have to figure out some sort of like over-the-shoulder camera setup for those games so that you can see me playing. Star X? What is Star X? Which was not Star Fox. Oh, you're talking about for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I can imagine that does not sound like something that I would want to play. Actually, once oh, hello. Just 3 guys hanging out. All right. Hey, it's Tony. Welcome to the party, Tony. Yeah, the character models in this are absolutely nuts. How bad they look. And the death animations I was commenting on earlier too. They're really pretty incredible. Oh shit! That guy just blew up this console. I think I need that console to get through the door. Maybe blowing it up unlocks it too, hopefully. Fuck. Man, I hope I can still get through the door. Even though... Oh no. Is it possible that that guy just blew up my only way through? Or can I still use it? Oh no. Let's try. Let's see. Maybe both ways work. Ah, okay. Ooh. That scared me. Tony, is this a game that you played when you were younger? And if it is, did you play it a lot? Did you play it at your own house? Did you play it with friends only in like multiplayer mode? Either way, I'm interested to kind of hear what people have to say. I know there's a handful of people who already want to come over and play multiplayer with me, which I'm excited about. God, I keep forgetting that the reload button is not the same as the switch button. Both, good. Yeah, this game is hilarious. So I was mentioning earlier, maybe you guys know, but my friend Glenn, or know him, my friend Glenn was talking about how this game has so much importance, which I agree with. There's, you know, a ton of really interesting and incredible history. Or history and inspiration that this game provided to the genre as a whole. But, okay, so this time I'm going to talk to this dude while I'm throwing proximity mines on here. One there, one there. So, for my objectives, I need to... How do I... Okay. Didn't blow all of them up, unfortunately, it looks like. Let's try to get... So I, at this point, just need to survive it seems like, but that's going to be hard to do with all these freaking guys. Oh no. Oh, I'm accidentally karate chopping them. Let's see if I can get out of here. Damn it! What am I supposed to do here? Yeah, I'm also clearly not great. This is only level 2. 2? Yeah, level 2, and I'm struggling to finish it. And I'm on the easiest mode, too. Man, sorry that this is not going well. I think this will probably only be... completed all of them, but I still... So where do I go after I did that? You want me to crouch? Is that going to make things better? Fuck. It seems like I'm missing something probably really obvious. Like, just some door that I should be going through and I'm not. Hey, how is the audio for you guys? Can you hear the game and me as clearly as you would like to? I'm realizing that the audio levels are so different for different consoles, and I need to... Oh shit, I forgot that guy's in I'm realizing that the audio levels are so different for the different consoles that I need to figure out what levels they should be at for each console individually, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. I just need to figure it out. So if you feel like it needs to go up or down for either me or for the game, let me know and I can adjust it on the fly here. Pretty simple. Man, I should have played Kirby. I mean, Kirby was, what was it? I think fourth place, which is pretty reasonable. I think it got 7 votes or something like that. Let me take a look, I can tell you. Yeah, Kirby got 7 votes compared to Cool Spot and Bounty Hunter, which got 10, and this, which got 12. And then far behind that were Super Mario Land and Super Mario Galaxy, each at 2 votes. And unfortunately, in last place, and I guess I kind of expected it because nobody knows about or plays these games, but Wario Land 4 was last with 0 votes. Poor Wario Land. I'm gonna play it whether we like it or not, but it's gonna happen eventually. But yeah, Kirby would have been a fun game to play. What's interesting about Kirby is that it's just so gosh darn easy that I probably would have been able to do quite well without having to worry about it too much. That's right, I need this guy's key card. Man, I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay. Gosh, the N64 controller, though, just really does feel good in the hands. I'd forgotten. Actually, interestingly enough, let's talk about this for a second. I'm going to switch to me being the larger camera. I want to ask you guys this question. So, when I'm playing, my left hand here is holding the center, and my right hand is pressing the buttons, right? I feel like that's what the majority of people are doing. Left hand, right hand. But in this game, you could play right-handed, so your right hand can control this, and all of the buttons work in the exact same way over here. The only thing that I don't know how you would do, I guess you would have to reach across with your right thumb to be able to switch weapons and open doors, which is weird. But something that a lot of other people have told me they did is their right hand still pressed all of the buttons here, but also controlled the Z button back here with their middle finger, and then they held the rest of the controller like this, so they had to reach their thumb all the way across. So they're reaching across with both their middle finger on the back with their right hand and the front to the joystick with their left hand, and that just seems uncomfortable when you can just hold it like this, there we go, and feel pretty good about it. Do you guys hold the N64 controller the same way I do? Left hand, center grip, right hand, right grip, and just go from there? I don't think there were any games that I played holding the left grip with my left hand at all. It may as well have not existed in a lot of cases. Sorry, maybe that got too detailed and something that nobody cares about, but it's just something that I've talked about. Like, I know Tony, you know Jacob, he is someone that always held the controller in that way. His left hand would be on the left grip and go all the way across the damn thing, which just seems so uncomfortable. But I guess, I mean, I have big hands, but I can see how someone with big hands might choose to hold it that way, I guess. Man, did I miss body armor? I could have sworn there was some body armor at some point here, but there's all those scientists in there. Oh shit! Do you guys have any advice on what I should do once I get to that big room? It seems like I'm just supposed to destroy those and run, but I'm having so much trouble figuring out. Oh shoot! There we go. I'm having so much trouble figuring out what to do after I destroy the tanks. seems like it should be straightforward, and it's clearly not for me. Whoa. What all are you doing? Oh no, I didn't mean to. Man, this is not. I'm not good at this. I hope that in the hour and a half or hour and a half to 2 hours that I'm going to play this, I can manage to at least beat the second level. God, how embarrassing will it be if I don't? I guess we'll see. Let me take a look here. Wait for the guys to be near the tanks? I guess I could. It's not a bad idea. Let's do this here. Sorry about this. I just want to take a quick look at... There we are. Okay, so let's see if I can figure out how to beat this damn level. Yeah, I don't know if it's a timing thing. It doesn't seem like I'm supposed to, like, wait for them to get near there, because it seems like they're just not gonna get near there. There's some body armor, that's good. What's my life look like right now? Yeah, I was struggling. Okay, so... Security door activated. See, now that's green. This is different, right? Is this the same place, but a different... Wait. Oh, hey, scientists. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot to flip it back. My bad. Thank you for telling me, Beth. There we are. One day I will have figured out this whole Twitch thing and not have stuff like that happen where I forget to do something like that. And I apologize for sucking. Tony, I didn't realize that that's why you were joining in. I do appreciate it, to say the least. See, that, it seems like that was not the way to go at all. It was just a waste. So when that guy destroyed that activation panel the last time, I didn't even think about it. Okay, so I'm going to go this way. And I'm gonna... Okay, so now I'm in the laboratory. It's almost... I feel like I've killed all these things already. I guess it's because I've done this so many damn times, huh? Okay, that's the reload button. At least I'm not forgetting that anymore. This guy. Beth, I appreciate you. That is very funny. And Tony, yeah, my beard's fine right now. It is what it is. I'll tell you what, as of right now, I am not thinking about cutting it, trimming it a little bit. You guys are funny. Thanks for all of the compliments and whatnot. Maybe I should just go into each of these doorways. Maybe that will help me. Because there will be like fewer bad guys to fight or something. I don't know. Yeah, go run. Run! That's good. What's up, Ryan? It's good to see you. I'm trying to let these guys run away, but they seem to not be interested. Do I need to put my gun away? Probably, I guess. Go! Damn it. God, these character models are horrible. What's up with that? Why did that just open and close? There we go. Now he's going. Yeah, I feel like that's something that we've lost in the modern era of James Bond movies, is all those weird names. Yeah, I get it. I'm pointing a gun at you, but just run. And I guess part of that, like, loss. Yeah, go. Am I supposed to? See, I don't feel like I've gotten that every time, but I guess so. Oh, I don't know if I forgot if I mentioned. I have this rumble pack, but for some reason it wasn't working. I'll have to troubleshoot that and see what I can get working. See if it's the controller that's the problem, or the rumble pack, or the batteries. Maybe I put bad batteries into it. I'm not sure. Why are you still here? Go. There we are. All right. This time, I think we're gonna be able to do this. Right? Third time's the charm. I'm actually gonna beat level 2 of this game that I have played so much of. It makes no sense that I'm not able to beat this game, or beat this level, let alone the game. So I'm gonna set these charges now, because I feel like that will help me out a lot. And then I can, so where did he go? There he is. So there's objective B completed. Now I'm gonna book it this time. Oh shit! Fuck. Okay, so this is really simple. I have to just go out those doors. The thing that I've not been doing every time is going out the doors. But I obviously have to blow up the goddamn bottles first. Okay. Sorry, everyone. We're gonna actually beat this level this time. I promise. Is 006 Ned Stark? Yeah, that's fun. Gosh. You're really good at recognizing video game characters. Ryan, who has reminded us that 006 was played by the same actor as Ned Stark in the Game of Thrones. He also told us about Double Dragons, the movie Double Dragon. One of the two, I can't remember if it's Jimmy or Billy, is played by the same person, the same actor, who is the chairman. Right, Tony? So good. So, hey, you guys that have seen Goldeneye more recently than me, or whoa, did you see that? He just did a freaking somersault to get out of my way. I like that. 006, like, for sure is a traitor, right? I just don't remember that happening, but I'm almost certain. And the way he looks and acts and talks, he's gotta be. Martin Septim from Oblivion. Wait, really? He did the voice acting for that? And, like, actually, I guess he could even have been a character model for it, huh? I could see that. Come on, guy. Got him. I feel like there's at least one more in here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ryan, oh, there we go. Found him. I knew there was one more. Ryan's a huge Elder Scrolls fan. Have you been playing Skyrim on the Switch very much, Ryan? I know you got it around Christmas time. I think this body armor I forgot to get last time, too. Okay, here we go. Let's actually get some Work done this time. You guys think I can actually beat the level now that I realize I just have to walk through those stupid doors? I feel like I can. Wait, isn't the key card over here? Did I already get the key card? Will this tell me if I have the key card?
You should.
It does not say. I guess I just have to try the door and find out. Yeah, I mean, so Tony, you think those guys that are in the bathroom stalls were in fact taking a dump? I opened the door, killed them, and just interrupted that. Interrupted their whole, like, they were taking a break from their miserable job, and I walk in with a giant gun and murder them. That's sad. It's really sad. The original Apple Watch. That's funny. There it is. Look at that screen. It's not great, right? It's funny the way that we looked at what the future of technology might look like. Yeah, that's a good call out, Beth. I like that a lot. Whoa. Who's shooting at me? There we go. Whoa, what a death animation. Poor guy. I feel like I must have picked up the key card already. Yeah, I did. I just didn't realize it. Yeah, we live in a world that we couldn't have even imagined at this point. I mean, shoot, I'm literally playing a video game live with you watching me play a video game. That's crazy. I really should have made sure I was fully reloaded on that gun before I walked in there. Did you read about the guy who has developed a game for the Genesis using original tech and is releasing it as an actual Genesis cartridge? So I don't recall if it's a guy or a company, but I have heard about a few different variations of that happening. I know it's not just Sega Genesis that he's releasing stuff for, but really Sega consoles generally. I know there was a company that's working on some new Dreamcast games, or maybe it's is it Dreamcast or Saturn? One of those two, which is pretty exciting. Really, really cool. Capcom also just recently released a Street Fighter II collector's edition. That was actually an SNES cartridge. It is just the original Street Fighter II game. There's not a ton that's special about it. But the thing that made it collector's edition was this really nice box. There was an awesome book of art, I think, inside of it, and the cartridge came in one of a few different colors, but they were randomized, really good, really rare colors. I think Blanca green was only 100 of that cartridge was made, and then the standard one that most people got was the red one. That was a headshot. That's good. Tanglewood. I'll have to look that up. That's really cool. I know you, Ryan, were a Genesis kid, so watching me play Nintendo games all the time is interesting. I'm sure for you, a lot of these may not be new necessarily, but are games that you definitely didn't have up through what? I guess the Wii might have been your first Nintendo console, right? I've known Ryan for a long time, for those who can't tell from what I just asked him. Am I going the wrong way? I feel like this is the way to the scientists, which maybe is fine, because he's supposed to give me that key card or something. Yeah, that's what it is. Come up here. Well, it looks like they've all already run. There's nobody in here. Oh, there's... I feel like... Oh, shit. he gave me the decoder. That guy's gonna run eventually. Ryan, actually all three of you guys, what was the first Nintendo console that you owned? And what was the first video game system that you owned? Even if that was just like games on the PC. I know for myself, I've talked about this before, but I had my brother and parents had the ColecoVision, and then shortly after I was born, it was shortly after I was born, we ended up getting a a regular Nintendo, which obviously was great for me, because look at me now. Thanks, Mom. Let's see here. I just really would like to... No, this is the wrong way. It's the other way. I would really like to beat level 2 of this game. What time is it? Yeesh. Only 40 minutes maximum left in this stream. I think I've said this before, but let's talk about it again a little bit. What my plans are for how these shows function, what the structure of them is. You guys right now are watching Weekend Rental. That's a game where I could be playing with friends, I could be playing by myself like I am right now. But in either case, this is going to be a game that is chosen from a random selection of games that I then put out as a vote for which game we would rent, to kind of simulate the process that I had as a young kid in choosing the one game that I got to take home for the weekend and play. Sometimes that creates a massive disappointment. Something like, gosh, what was it? I mean, the obvious, like, hilarious one that everyone talks about is Superman 64. But I know, for myself, a game that I rented, thought that I was gonna love, heard that it was good, but really just hated when I started playing it, was Maximum Carnage for Super Nintendo. It was a red cartridge. It was it was based on the Maximum Carnage comic book line or series that had been in action at the same time, or in comic books at the same time. Okay, let's switch to my proximity mines. But I think that's something... Oh, shit. What the fuck is wrong with me? I hope I can still win, even though I just used a proximity mine on something I shouldn't have. I just have to, like, put them in the right spot now, I guess. Fuck. Get out of the way, man. Come over here. There we go. Here we go. Say that I've completed the objective, please. Come on. Do I have to, like, get up next to him before that happens? Hello? Did I do it? Crap. Somehow it didn't... Oh, I did. Okay. So now... we do that. Hopefully that actually destroys all of them. Did I do it? It says I... Did I not get one of them? Oh my gosh, I didn't get one of them. Do I have a grenade? Fuck. Look it. It's right there. I can't beat this level to save my life. Oh, I did it. Okay, now I just have to run. Let's go. I don't know if I actually beat the level. One of my objectives wasn't complete. It said. Oh, we did it! I'm so happy. You had an Atari 5200. That's a cool one because that one had and the trackball. That one had the keypad on the controller, if I remember correctly. Whereas the 2600 before it and 3600, I want to say, both only had the joystick and button, and then they introduced the keypad, though I don't think it was very heavily used. And the real issue with that is that for those games to work, you had to have the start and end button on there. I don't know why I know that about this. Oh, man, I beat that level. That's really great. Okay, so now we need to find the plane ignition key and escape in the plane. That seems easy enough. We're going to do this thing. The Atari 5200 that's an old system. Did your parents, Beth, have that system before you were born? Or, I guess, no, that doesn't make sense. I don't know, I guess I don't know the timeline of that very well. When did they get it, and how much of that did you play? Picked up some timed mines, that's cool. Apparently that's not a door I can go through. Hand grenades. I don't remember this level at all. Oh, that was good. That was so James Bond right there. Right? It just feels like it. Except for how often you get shot. That does not feel. Hey, look, a key. How do I get it? Maybe from this side. That was okay. So now I just have to find the plane? The plane! The plane! I feel like there's got to be some sort of trick. Other than just that I have to not die and kill the people along the way. Like this seems... There's just going to be a plane over here, right? Someone is shooting like a crazy machine gun at me. That was so easy. That's really all I had to do? I guess I am on easy. The last one probably shouldn't have been as hard as it was. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about how difficult it was to get games hooked up in like multiple games. Oh, a new cheat is available. I would like to investigate that a little bit. I forgot about that. As you played, you would just get cheat options. DK mode, which I think is big head mode, maybe? Let's try it. Let's just do the first level again with DK mode and see what it looks like. Yeah, because you had to have the RF switches, right? So we did the same thing. We had the NES, the SNES, and no, at that point we would have not had a ColecoVision. NES, SNES, and the N64 all, yeah, look at it, it's the big head mode. That's what DK mode is. All of those like RF switches, the gray boxes that you'd plug into a coaxial cable, just like your like cable connection, you would have to like daisy chain those things together in order to get it to function. And you like what was really weird is like I remember we would plug the newest console because that was the one that was going to get the most play in. Okay, I don't want to play this level again. I just wanted to see what DK mode was. So let's... How do I exit? I know there's a way. Oh, there it is. You'd have to, like... When you daisy chained those RF switches, you would have to make sure that the one closest to the TV or VCR, whatever you're plugging it into, that one would have to be on for the others to work in like a super weird way. I remember doing weird stuff to figure out how to get multiple systems to function until everything started, or until like TVs and VCRs started having the composite cables more often. Atari, you had SNES, NES, Atari, and Sega hooked up at one point just to mess with cables and switches. Yeah, I just kept adding consoles. So the ColecoVision unfortunately ended up getting packed away into our garage when when our house got painted and carpeted, and it never made its way back into the house. So it's somewhere in there, and that garage is so full of stuff that I have not been, myself or my brothers haven't taken the time to go find that ColecoVision. But once it gets dug up eventually, that'll be a lot of fun to see if I can play some of those games that we had for that. But we had the NES, the SNES, the N64, the GameCube, all hooked up to one TV in my living room. And that was definitely a challenge. What really helped a lot was once the SNES and N64, or once the N64 came out, it and the SNES used the same connector. So you could just, if you wanted to, just have one set of cables and move that connector back and forth. I didn't even look at what my objective is. I better find out what I'm supposed to do. Power down communications dish, enter base via ventilation tower. Okay. Now, today, I have, let's see, 4 consoles plugged into, actually all of the same 4, plugged into the TV I'm using now, which is the Sony Wiga Triniton. But I have a RCA switcher so that I don't have to like unplug anything or get up. So if you guys watched my last stream when Daniel and Asif were here, when we switched from NES to NES to N60, nope. When we switched from Marble Madness on NES to Super Monkey Ball on the GameCube, I already had it on. I just flipped a switch, and it immediately switched on. So that makes it a lot easier today. But those switches were not a very prevalent thing. I don't know that I knew anyone with something like that. My friends that had more consoles than I did, like they had Sega consoles or Sony consoles also, they would either have to have a TV that had that many connectors, or just, plug in, like unplug and plug in the ones that you wanted to play, which I think was probably the most common thing that you had to do. There's grenade rounds, but I don't like throwing grenades. Do I now have the... Yeah, but not very much ammo. That's interesting, yeah. Locked door. I bet there was a key in one of those towers. There's something good in there. That's fine though, I don't care. Oh, hello. Okay. Well, let's see if we can find that satellite dish that I'm supposed to disarm. Let's see. I guess I could be using these and the sniper rifle to make my way a little easier. It doesn't seem like I need to, though. How crazy, like, in a game today like this, if there were trees, I'd be able to walk into that forest, but instead, it's literally just a wall painted to look like trees, effectively. What a... man. It's crazy how far we've come with this stuff, So, gosh, I got sidetracked. I was trying to talk about my plans for the show. So, next week, this is where I started. I went backwards. Next week, I think on Friday, I'm going to be streaming again, probably late evening, something like 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. or somewhere around there. I will definitely post on all the different social media sites. But my friend Brian is going to come over and we're going to play Contra. And then sometime in a couple weeks, I'm going to be playing for my new show, Drunky Kong Country. We're going to start with Donkey Kong Country for that, and then move on from there to different platformers that in which we'll be creating drinking games for deaths during platforming. And then, in addition to that, my weekend rentals, I'm going to start to do a little bit differently from what I've been doing. So the last couple that I did, I either asked someone to come over and chose a game for them, or played just like this, one of a few different games that I selected and let you guys vote on. But what I'm going to start to do instead is the votes are only going to be between 3 titles, and those 3 titles are going to all be for the same console. So I'm going to kind of rotate between consoles, and I'm going to just throw out a random number generator, and then get the information, or get my list of games that I own, and have 3 randomly selected games available for you guys to vote on. So that'll make for some potentially very interesting choices that we get to make together on what game is being played. But that should be a lot of fun. I think, like I've said in the past, one of the things that I want to be able to do here is showcase some of the less commonly played games, some of the less popular ones. Maybe they're less popular because they're not good. Maybe they're less popular because they just never saw the light of day for whatever reason. But in either case, I want to give those games a chance to shine, just like something like this, or like Ocarina of Time is a huge game that people love, but at the same time, it's kind of a bummer that games like, let's say, what's a good game that I love that a lot of people... actually, Cool Spot is a great example of that. I was really surprised to see so many people interested in seeing Cool Spot get played, but at the same time, other than the friends that played it with me, I don't know anyone that played Cool Spot. So I'm excited to give games like that a chance to be showcased. But at the same time, let you guys choose between some of those randomly decided games. So that's what Weekend Rental is going to turn into a little bit. It's going to be a little bit more randomized, with you guys being the final decision makers. And that'll be a lot of fun for me to see what you decide, and maybe even talk about why you're deciding to have me play the games that you want. And again, that's not going to stop the group gaming or group or paired gaming that I've been doing, that I definitely want to continue to do. There we go. What was the second objective? Enter base via ventilation tower. This is good music. How do I get to the next objective? I guess... I see. Wait, can I keep going along the outside? So Weekend Rental, Drunky Kong Country, 2 shows, one of which is new, one is old. And then we'll also, I've got to figure out a name for the game, the times when I've got someone along. I guess that can still be Weekend Rental also. But I just feel like maybe the ones where I'm letting someone choose the game they want to play for their own personal reason, that's I feel like maybe should be called something else. Although I guess it could be... Is this where I need to go? It feels like it is. Right. Okay, I think this might be the end of this level. thanks again to everybody that showed up. I know this is a weird time for me to be playing. The last couple have been at night, and I've been very pleased with how many of you showed up to watch me play games. And honestly, I can't believe that so many of you did. And I understand that this time frame is a little bit harder for a lot of people, especially those of you who are my friends and work in retail. But I think that is our time with 007 for today. So thank you again. Please, please, please follow me if you're not already on the different social media websites. All of them are at Mom's Basement TV. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook page exists for Mom's Basement TV. You can like me there. And in any of those places, you can follow me to be able to see when I'm going to be streaming, what games I'm going to be streaming, and help me decide which ones will be put out there for weekend rental. In addition to being able to reach out to me and ask if you can be on here with me too. The last play along with Daniel and Asif was really, really fun. I loved having them here to play Marble Madness and Super Monkey Ball. And if you missed out on that, you can watch still on YouTube. I don't have an awesome direct link because I don't have enough viewers to be able to get that from YouTube, because YouTube blows a little bit in that regard. But if you just do a search for Mom's Basement TV in YouTube, you'll be able to find my channel there. I'm using the same graphic identification for everything. So you can find me in all of those places. I would really appreciate it if you did so, so that I can, help create content that you guys want to see. Without your input, it's really hard for me to do that. So thanks again for coming. I'll be seeing you guys soon in the basement again.